Radio, V81 Radio. V81 Radio, V81 Radio.
Our Almighty God, Creator of heaven and earth, Father and lover of our soul, you sit on your throne of mercy and rule with your love and faithfulness. You are full of grace. We acknowledge your presence in our lives. Nothing is hidden in your eyes, even our challenges and struggles in life. We come to you with faith. We ask not only for our daily spiritual bread, but to seek your forgiveness and undeserving favor to heal our land, our family members, our friends and neighbors, even our enemies with COVID-19 and other diseases. Holy Spirit, help us to deepen our faith and see the opportunity to believe, obey, and worship. As we face this pandemic, you are Lord and God. Encourage us and change our hearts, not to fear, but to be full of hope and find ourselves praying and meditating your word. We believe no works of the enemy prosper to your children. Abba, Father, we believe that your Son Jesus Christ is Lord and Savior. He is the truth and our salvation. Hear our prayers, O Lord, and most of all, not our will, but thy will be done. We pray this in Jesus' name, the name above all names, who was and is to come. Amen.
Naghahatid saya sa mga Pinoy, mga kanta at programang Tatak Pinoy. Napapanood at napapakinggan kahit saan ka man. Streaming worldwide. In South Manila, this is V81 Radio.
Malayo ka man sa iyong pamilya, dito ay hindi ka nag-iisa. Tiyak ito'y iyong hahanap-hanapin, dahil ito ang nagpapasaya sa atin. Ito ang radio ko, V81 Radio, V81 Radio. Dahil mahal namin kayo, V81 Radio, V81 Radio. Para sa inyo ito, V81 Radio. Ito ang paborito ng bawat Pilipino. Basta all hits, all Pinoy, panalo. Merong kwentong iyakan at tawanan, kahit nasaan ka man ito'y mapapakinggan. Oh, V81 Radio, V81 Radio. Ito ang radio mo, ito ang radio ko. V81 Radio, V81 Radio. Dahil mahal namin kayo, V81 Radio, V81 Radio. Para sa inyo ito, V81 Radio. Ito ang radio mo, ito ang radio ko. Dahil mahal namin kayo. Para sa inyo ito, V81 Radio.
The views and opinions expressed by the host do not necessarily state or reflect those of the company and its management. Furthermore, the views and opinions of the guests do not reflect those of the host, the show, this station, the management, and the network. Here now is the program for the millennials that will showcase young professionals' worth, aspirations, and successes in doing what they believe is right, progressive, and inclusive. Join them as they discover the path to self and societal fulfillment while making a difference. Hosted by empowered and cool millennial Erika Mison, together with her fellow millennials, they will be making a difference. Only here on V81 Radio, Manila.
Good afternoon, everyone. You are now tuned in to Making a Difference. This is a show created to inspire and motivate the youth of today. My name is Erika Mison, and I will be your host for Making a Difference. Welcome, everybody, to the anniversary episode of Making a Difference. Would you believe that Making a Difference made it to 1 year? This time, I was it exactly this date, but this time last year was when I launched my very first episode here on V81 Radio Manila, and we are now in season 4. So it's been such a great journey for Making a Difference. We've talked to so much people. We got to know a lot of their stories, and of course, we had fun. I had fun talking to them. And for today, we have a special episode. A lot is going to happen today. We have a couple of guests that you have seen here on Making a Difference before, and we have some of them back here with me today. But before I introduce to you our first guest, of course, last week's episode, I had Matthew Rodrigo from Ancla PH. It is a youth-led organization that actually focuses on the awareness of spreading awareness of mental health. So if you want to watch that episode, you can watch it here on Facebook, on Making a Difference Facebook page, or on V81 Radio Manila's YouTube channel. So wherever you're watching right now, you can find that episode and my previous episodes up until episode 1 you can find them on Facebook and on Instagram. Okay. Wow, I've been seeing a lot of comments. I didn't know that there were comments already. I'm looking at it right now. Can we flash some of the comments here, please? I wanna read them alive. Yan. Okay, from Lorenzo Zapata, my cousin. Hi, Enzo. Happy first anniversary to your show, my dearest cousin. Love you. Thank you so much for the support, Enzo. Can we show another one, please? Happy, and thank you so much, Christian, for watching. We have a couple more from Jarmine, my best friend, who was also featured here on Making a Difference. Happy anniversary, Making a Difference. Thank you so much, Tabawan Bongao. What else? We have a couple more. Of course, my Lola. Happy anniversary, Erika. Another achievement in your colorful life. Thank you so much, Lola. Nagmana ko sa'yo, Lola. Okay, so plus points. I'm like the favorite granddaughter now. I'm kidding. Kuya Christian, thank you so much. Thank you so much for this. And yeah. So, and of course, shout out to Angel and Troy. Actually, they've been helping me So without you guys, I don't know where I would be right now. Thank you so much. And thank you as well, MGSCARC. Thank you so much for all the support. I'm so excited for today's episode. And one of the reasons why I'm excited is because we actually hosted a giveaway. I've been announcing the giveaways since, I don't know, a month ago, and it finally happened. So if you join the giveaway, I will be announcing three winners. So it was actually Angel and Troy who told me, na, we want to give more. So let's have three winners. And I will be announcing the three winners during the show. So in between segments, I will announce the three winners. So if you're watching today and you joined the giveaway, please stay tuned and I will be announcing the first winner after I interview my first guest. So, ayun, and I'm really excited. I'm so excited. You guys have no idea. But anyway, let's begin. So, for today's episode, I actually have three organizations here with me today, and you have seen them on my show. I decided to invite a couple of them for today's anniversary episode just to catch up and see how they're doing, see what they're up to, especially since I interviewed them. So, for our first guest, for our first organization, actually, they're a big bunch. They're called Streets to Schools. So with me today, I have Qjiel Mariano, who is the founder and executive director. I also have Camus, who is the logistics officer. Hi, Qjiel. I have
Hi.
Bianca. I have Bianca, who is the partnerships officer. There's Anne. I have Jasmine Grande, who is the program developer. And last but not the least, I have Richard Gonzalez, who is the crisis manager. Ayan, there you go. So this is the group of Streets to Schools. Ayan, okay. So before we begin, I'd like you guys to introduce yourself. So, okay, beside me kasi si Qjiel eh. So, si Qjiel na.
Okay. Ayan guys, huwag kayong mahiya ah. Let's have fun.
Okay, on
Okay.
ni Qjiel.
Hello everyone. So I'm Qjiel Mariano. It's a very weird spelling, Qjiel, pero Qjiel po pronunciation dyan. I'm the founder of Streets to Schools. We founded it back in 2017, but we've been functioning since 2016. And I am a second-year nursing student from the University of Santo Tomas.
Nurse. I love it. Congrats. Okay, next we have Anne. Okay, wait.
I think your microphone is off.
There. Is she back? Oh, I can't hear her. Can you guys hear her? Or hello, Anne. Are you there? Wait.
Anne has no voice.
Okay, a while
I-dub na
ago.
lang natin. Just kidding.
Either subtitles. Going on mute and then unmute.
Yeah.
Sige. So while, ayan, ano ba? Wala pa? Okay, there, and then try again. Hello?
Oh no.
Okay, sige. While Anne is fixing her mic, let's go to Bianca.
Hello. Do I have sound?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Hi, I am Bianca Adia. I am the Partnerships Officer of Streets to Schools. I am currently a second-year college student taking up Bachelor of Secondary Education.
Okay, nice.
I'm also from University of Santo Tomas.
Oh, okay. So is that where you guys met? Or
Yeah.
you met?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. Thank you, Bianca. Then we have Jasmine.
Hello po. Hello everyone. I am Jasmine Grande and I am the program developer of Streets to Schools. So, ever since grade 9, kinontak na ako ni Kuya Qjiel and part na ako ng Streets to Schools ng grade 9 pa ako. And now po, I am graduating na po from senior high school and taga-UST rin po ako.
Nice. Oh, wow. Daming taga-UST. Love it.
Fun fact about Jasmine,
Mhm.
she actually qualified for the LEAP Med program. So next year, she's gonna be a med student.
Wow! Congratulations! Yeah, proud na proud si Kuya Kielo. I love it. Okay. Thank you, Jasmine. And then next we have Richard.
Hi, good morning. Good afternoon. so,
Okay.
so,
Sorry,
sorry,
sakay.
sorry.
Kakagising na.
So anyway, my name is Richard Albert Nick B. Gonzalez. Yes, that is my full name. And I joined Streets Schools when I was shortly after I graduated junior high school because Qjiel
Yeah.
contacted me for a position. And I was like, at first I was really hesitant because the org life is really stressful. So,
Yeah.
but then Kiel really persuaded me, and I could see the passion in his eyes. So that's the reason I joined
Oh.
Streets School.
Wow. Grabe, Kel. Daming
So,
ano.
uh,
Mulas.
and I'm a pharmacy student in UST. Second year pharmacy student in UST. And
Daming med. I love it. Nice.
Yeah.
Grabe kang, Kel. Grabe. Grabe. What's that term? Budol. Dami mong nabudol.
Nabudol na pala sa
Parang
mga.
Shopee lang. Okay. Okay, and then, okay, Anne, are you there? Wala. Oh
Oh
no,
no.
wala pa
Wala
rin.
pa rin.
Sige, we'll have the tech team help out Anne as we try to get her audio. But while she's fixing her audio. Let's start with ano nga ba ang streets to schools? What do you guys do exactly?
Okay, so Streets to Schools, it's a youth organization. We were founded in 2017, but we actually started functioning in 2016 after graduation from the Young Bridging Leaders program. So the YBL program, it's similar to the Future Bridging Leaders program, but it's contextualized for 12 to 15-year-olds. So we were a project founded by 12 to 15-year-olds because the goal of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals is to invite everyone to be part of the change. Even young people can participate. So we saw the problem in our community and we wanted to bring street children back to schools by giving them the needed opportunities in education. And then eventually, when we became an organization, we highlight the UN Convention on the Rights of the Child and the Sustainable Development Goals so that we can address the rights and needs of children.
Okay. Okay, may question ako kay Kiel actually.
Okay.
So Kiel is the founder, no? What made you decide to start Streets to Schools?
So, actually, 2016 was a very rough year because, all my life I told myself I want to be a doctor one day because my mom is a doctor and she's really that driving force. And then 2016 was a very troubling year. There was a lot of problems at home. So it made me confused on what I wanted to do in life. So because there was a lot of hate going on, I eventually found the reason to love again. So I saw the street children on the streets, and people didn't treat them like children anymore because from street children who were just begging in UST, they were starting to threaten other students. Like they were bringing out scissors, tapos they were saying, "Oh, akin na 5 pesos, 5 pesos." And this isn't an image we wanted to paint to Tomasians that street children are criminals or they're very threatening individuals because they were children and it was maybe just the circumstance why they're doing that. So from that feeling of hating yourself every day, I wanted to channel it into something that would make me love people again. So we started Streets to Schools because we wanted a future for the children who needed it the most. And from there, it was just continuing because of how much we loved the project. It kept on growing, and now we're here, 3 chapters in the Philippines, and
Wow.
hopefully we hope to expand more.
Nice. Saan yung mga chapters nyo?
They're in Cordillera and Davao. Like from the last episode, si
Oo.
Aliana and Maan. Yeah.
Right. Yes, yes, yes. I know. I had a different group from
Yeah.
the last. Yeah. Ayun. Okay. So, let's okay. We'll introduce Anne again. I think her mic is working. Anne, are you there?
Audible na po.
There we go.
Yay.
Sorry.
Okay. Go ahead. The show is now yours.
Okay po, sorry. I am Andrea Camus po. I am the logistics officer of Street Schools. I joined STS po when I was in ninth grade. Actually po, I led this organization po in junior high and kapartner po na yung STS. And never ko
Yeah.
po in-expect na until now, I'll still be here in this organization. Parang there's still something, parang nakakabudol po talaga siya. I
Yeah.
am
Budol talaga.
budol talaga. I am currently a Hume student po in UST.
Okay, nice. I love it. Daming science track talaga tayo. So, I was gonna say, with regards to Kiel's budol, no, pati ako na budol din sa kanya. Kasi, like, I remember, di ba, you asked, you have this contest that you
Film
do,
festival? Yeah, yeah.
the film festival, yes. So, I got
Yeah.
to interview the winners on one of
Yeah.
my episodes. So, nabudol din ako ni Kiel, not just you guys. Okay. So, yeah. How are you guys now? I just want to know, no? So, ever since the lockdown, how are you guys doing right now, no, as an organization?
Yung siguro po before po kasi, yung mga projects po namin, more on face-to-face na interaction po sila. Like for example, yung isa po namin project which is yung Ladders to Literacy, we directly go to communities mo, kaya yung mga barangay. Tapos, doon po kami nag-conduct po ng sessions o kaya mga storytelling. Tinuturuan po namin sila na yung may mga worksheets po kami or exercises, tapos nakikipaglaro po kami. Pero ngayon po kasi, dahil nga po na inhibit po ng current situation yung pakikipag-interact na physical. So, ang nangyari po is, shinif po namin siya, ginawa po namin na online setting na po yung storytelling. So, especially last year po, every week, meron po kami mga storytelling sessions sa FB Live po sa FB Live po namin
Yeah.
sila kino-conduct po. And also, isa pa po siguro, nakagawa po kami ng isang project po, yung literatura. Nakakagulat. Pero yun po, tablet po siya para sa mga children po na wala po silang means to yung sa online na classes po. So, yun rin po yung isa sa mga projects na nire-reinforce namin po ngayong setting na to.
Okay. Speaking of projects, sige, I know, I want to know, no, since I think our episode together was around September.
Yeah.
So since September, no, what projects have you been involved with? Like, what have you done already from September up until May?
So since September, we focused on our film festival. So like, we had a second round of the Karapatan ng Kabataan Paligsahan. We wanted to create more opportunities to filmmakers around the Philippines, and we're very happy because most of these filmmakers did come from the provinces. Like one of our winners was from Pangasinan, and their film was about a boatman who lived in Alamino City, and their movie actually is very worldwide. It was recognized worldwide. Like they recently won an award. I think it was in Europe, and then another one in the Middle East. So we're very proud of them. They're very efficient people. And then other than the film fest, we're still continuing with Ladders to Literacy. So because recently Washington DC gave us an award, so they called us Everyday Young Heroes, and uh, the university was very proud of us. So they partnered with us. Now we're working with the University of Santo Tomas to launch Ladders to Literacy with all of the colleges in the university involved, and it's being spearheaded right now by the College of Nursing and the Rehab Sciences. and junior high school.
Congratulations. Yeah, I heard about that award. I just wanted to say congratulations, you guys. You all, the streets to schools deserve it. You guys deserve
Thank you po.
congrats, congrats.
Thank you.
And you were interviewed everywhere. Like I kept saying you were everywhere. Diba? Kaya was just everywhere. He was on CNN, Philippines, where else? Ang dami. Ang
ABS.
dami. ABS
Yeah.
pa. Diba? So, super dami. Si Qjiel is in demand ngayon si Qjiel. So, I was like, okay, no, I need to have Qjiel back. Making Yeah, I'm just kidding. But yeah, so a while ago we were flashing some photos, no, and
Yeah.
I'm guessing that was like pre-pandemic pa,
Yeah, face
since
to face.
oh. So what was that project about?
So that's Ladders to Literacy po. Kami po ni Jasmine yung nandun po sa may picture. Isa po siyang partner community near UST, and then we teach children po about literacy po. Binabasahan po namin sila, and then we test and measure their literacy, kung anong level na po kung gaano sila kagaling bumasa or marunong po ba silang sumulat. And then we partner with organizations po that will help them and supply po yung mga needs nila in terms of supplies.
Okay, nice. And I want to ask you guys now, ever since the start of the pandemic, have any of you learned any new skills, or what are the lessons that you've learned as an organization these past few months? Anyone can answer.
Ikaw na, sige Bianca, ikaw muna.
Si Jasmine yun.
Kuya, okay lang.
Jasmine, sorry. Sorry, hindi ka napansin. Sige, Jasmine, go.
Bait nila eh.
Ako na lang muna. Siguro yung natutunan ko po is time management talaga. Kasi hawak po namin yung oras namin ngayon na kami po bahala kung anong part yung ilalaan namin sa isang aspect na ganito, and then sa another one. And sa tingin ko, yun yung natutunan ko talaga, na dahil as someone po na graduating po, we have a lot of requirements na kailangan ipasa, and meron rin po kaming responsibility sa org, and also sa yung personal na life po namin, yung family po namin. And yun po talaga yung natutunan ko, na kailangan mo talagang i-divide yung time mo na maayos para lahat matutuunan mo ng pansin.
I love that. Thank you so much, Jasmine, for sharing. Okay, si Richard naman.
Okay, so I think my answer would be actually related to what Jasmine said. So in relation to time management, I think what I learned, especially since I joined SDS, was balance. Throughout the pandemic, I have to be honest, because I have not been that active in streets to schools that much ever since the pandemic started. So when Qjiel actually asked me to do something for streets to schools, I immediately obliged, because nahiya ako kay Qjiel. And
Huwag ka mahiya.
Qjiel, sige, di na ako mahiya. Anyways, but since Qjiel has been very nice to me and didn't treat me as some sort of freeloader din, kahit pa paano.
Grabe.
I mean, in a good way, okay? I mean, he still treated me as someone I can still contribute in streets to schools. And because of that, I still try to maintain my my academics, and at the same time maintain my status in the organization. And so far, being in streets to schools has been one of my highlights in this life. So that's the best thing about this organization.
Yeah. Thanks for sharing, Richard. So, do you guys have any ongoing projects or future projects? And ano na yung future plans ngayon ni Street to Schools?
Currently,
Okay, go.
Sige ko muna.
Go. No.
Currently po, we just finished Pelikulansangan. Yun po yung film festival wherein we invite po filmmakers that have advocacy films po, and then we recognize them, and then we also have ladders to literacy po, which was mentioned po by Jasmine earlier. Kung saan we now turn our storytelling into FB lives po.
Okay, nice. And do you guys have ano yung ano na um next steps ni streets to classrooms? Like, do you already have you asked yourself, okay, I see streets to schools. Um, what's this? In like 5 years, I see us
Yeah.
in this area doing this. Ano yung
Okay.
vision mo for streets to schools?
So eventually, because the Ladders to Literacy project was actually celebrated worldwide, like they really liked its model. So it's very replicable all around the world. So
Mhm.
because it goes like this. So a child identifies the community's problem, and they write a storybook about it. So not only does it improve story writing skills or reading and writing, but it also, little by little, baby steps, teaches them how to contribute to communities.
Mhm.
So this is very replicable, and one organization in Japan actually really liked it. So hopefully one day we'll be seeing ladders to literacy all around the world. And then other than ladders to literacy, we also have Alitap Tap. It's our children's rights gaming app. We're still
Mhm.
in the planning phase and the developmental phase, but hopefully in the next 5 years, it could be launched, and it
Mhm.
hopefully it's also profitable so that the proceeds can also contribute to to the children that we are helping.
Nice. Good luck with that. I'm excited to see. I'm excited to see this all your projects. I'll be like, "Oh, I know that project. That's
Yeah.
Pizza Schools. Yeah, the mga show. Okay, I want to ask each one of you a question. Okay, so each one of you, you guys, yeah, you all have to answer this question now. What advice would you give to your fellow youth who want to start their own passion projects? Let's say they're feeling kind of stuck, and but they have this project in mind, this initiative in mind. Would what advice would you give to that person? So each one of you guys have to answer, and we'll start with Jasmine. Ikaw mauna.
Siguro advice, kung meron man, it is to start. Na yung 'di ba lahat lahat naman po tayo may hesitancy sa lahat ng bagay. Meron po tayong mga uncertainties, hindi po tayo sure talaga kung magiging successful ba or hindi. And the only way to know if yung project or yung initiative na nasa isip natin is magwo-work is to actually do it. So, I
Yeah.
guess na
Nice.
yun yung advice ko na simulan mo lang and try mo lang talaga kung gagana, edi okay tayo dun. Pero if hindi, then dun tayo mag-work na towards dun sa ano, para mapagana siya. Yun.
All right, thanks, Jasmine. So Jasmine's advice is to start. How about you, Richard? What's your advice?
My advice is this might be a little bit cliche, but it's to start small and always believe in yourself. Because if you believe in yourself, you can do anything and everything at once. Not literally, but just by believing in yourself and actually putting your mind into it, and also
Mhm.
not being ashamed to ask for help,
Yeah.
especially since if you want to start your own initiative, your own program, we have a lot of youth organizations in the Philippines and initiatives that will actually want to help you out.
Yes.
And by starting small, we should never get intimidated by starting small because we all know that big things can come from small things. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
So like speech to schools po before, since we were only just one chapter and now we have spread to Davao and Cordillera. So don't be afraid to start small talaga. Yun lang po.
Agree with Richard. We all have to start somewhere, diba? You guys started from somewhere. Like what Richard
Yeah.
said. One chapter, now you guys have three. Thank you so much, Richard. Next, we have Anne naman.
For me po, ma'am, I guess the advice that I would give is you have to assess really your community. because each community have different needs po. So you have to adapt to what they need and provide the things na necessary para sa kanila. So mas malaki po yung chance na mag-succeed yung project. And personally po, since this was for really, since we started small, trial and error po siya, hindi po talaga siya perfect. And to be honest po, since we are parang medyo first batch po ng volunteers and officers, we started from, kami po halos yung gumagawa ng lahat before we branch out. So medyo nakakapagod din po minsan. Pero if you really like what you're doing, like you can really radiate that energy and you will last long if nahanap mo na yung purpose mo sa bagay.
Yeah. Thank you, Anne. Okay, how about you, Bianca?
For me naman, so ayun, before ka mag-start, kasi syempre, parang ang hirap mag-start kasi nakakaba naman talaga mag-start, especially sa context namin ng mga youth. So my advice would be to um, trust in your potential, realize your own potential, and believe in the power of the youth. Kasi lalo na sa aming mga youth, some of us might be afraid to do something or start our own initiative kasi akalaan na ng iba na ano bang kaya kong gawin? I'm just part of the youth. I'm very young. Wala pa akong connections and other things. But the thing is, you need to believe in your, ayun nga, sabi nung iba, believe in yourself, realize your own potentials, and you need to trust in the power of the youth. Kasi, like sa Streets to Schools, kay Qjiel, sina Qjiel, they started this initiative in high school. Wala pa nga silang 18 nun eh. So, they believed in the power of the youth na the youth has the power to enact change in our society. And the truth is, sa ating youth nga nakasalala yung future ng
Yeah.
society natin. So, we have a lot of power in our hands. So, we need to believe in that potential.
Definitely agree with Bianca. Pang Miss Universe yung sagot niya.
True.
Okay? Go for it. Okay. And last but not the least, syempre, ano ang inyong advice, Kuya Qjiel?
Okay, so to everyone, I like to believe that manifesting things is actually true. Because in 2016, I was just praying for the things we're having right now. Like, I told myself one day you'll be speaking for the UN, one day your friends will also be speaking in radios, your friends will also shine like how you're shining today. And I just prayed for that back in 2016, and now it manifests. So I think if you have something you really want to manifest, you should also have baby steps working towards that goal. So if you say one day you want to have chapters all around the Philippines, then work on it by partnering with different organizations that are active in these certain regions. Because that's how STS Baguio started. Because one of our officers went to UP Baguio, so she was studying there, and she invited her friends who were very active in organizations there. So they made a small team, and now this is what they're doing right now. They have STS Cordillera, and I think that's how we should work on things. So we pray for them, we manifest them, but we also work tirelessly towards that goal.
Thank you, Kuya Qjiel. I love the prayer part. Always have to pray. Pray talaga. And speaking of your chapters, I saw, I don't know if she's still here, nag-comment si Alexa. She was one of the guests that I had.
Yeah, from last
Alexa
time.
was part of that show. And she said, ano sabi niya? Oh, maganda po ata gising ni Richard. and then she, and then she was saying she said hi to Bianca, and then of course best boodle ever, of course. So binudol mo din siya. Yan, there we go. So Alexa was one of the representatives that I had for Streets to Schools. So before I let you guys go, where can we contact you guys, or if there are interested volunteers, how can they reach out to you?
Pwede po kayong mag-reach out po to our FB page po. So, meron po kasi kaming tatlong page. Yun yung main page namin, yung Street to Schools. And then meron din yung sa Cordillera and yung sa Davao. So, any of those pages po, kung saan po kayo, if ever now you're from Davao or you're from Cordillera, you may contact any of our pages po. And if ever na you also want to branch out po sa area nyo, you can also send a message lang po and then try natin na gawin ng like i-work yun talaga. Yun.
Okay. Got it. Thank you so much, Jasmine. Okay, final na talaga. Before I let you guys go, you guys have any special shout outs? So I'll give each one of you your time to shine. Pwede kayo mag-shout out to your friends, your family, to anyone. Okay, so start tayo with si Richard naman mauna.
Ito po, di ko naisip na mag-shoutout. First, I want to shout out to my parents din for they supported me din in joining Streets to Schools, and I know they're watching din right now. And shout out to my friends. Actually, one of them is watching right now, si Andre Malyari. And a shout out din to my other crisis manager, si Kim Tolentino. Yun, thank you for being by my side din. Yun lang po. Thank you.
Fans. Dami yung fans today. Thank you, Richard. How about you, Bianca?
First of all, shout out sa family ko. And then, if you guys want to partner with us, shout out sa mga gusto makipag-partnership, you can reach us through our page or you can email me. Or you can also send me a message sa FB Messenger. So, Bianca Isabel Adia, you can reach me through that. And then, ayun, shout out sa College of Education, woo, and also sa mga teachers. Tuloy lang ang education kahit na pandemic ngayon. Let's go.
Yes. True. Agree. Thank you. O nga pala si Bianca kasi yung partnerships officer. So si Bianca ang kulitan nyo, guys. Just in case you want to partner. Okay, thank you, Bianca. Anne, any shoutouts?
Nag-send na sila ng list.
Wow, may list.
Joke lang po. First, I want to shout out syempre my family po, my dad in Australia. My lolo is watching right now. My Hume 6 classmates, and James, Daph, and Christian. Thank you for watching.
Thanks, you guys. Thanks for supporting Anne and Streets to Schools. Next, we have Jasmine.
Ako naman papa-shoutout po. Una po sa family ko. Shoutout po. Thank you po. Thank you po for supporting me. And also, special mention po sa ate ko, si Janela. And pa-shoutout rin daw po yung ano po, yung company po na pinagtatrabuhan po ng parents ko, yung Notif po. Shoutout din daw po.
Hello! I love it. May list kayo. Okay. Thank you so much, Jasmine. And last but not the least, Kuya Qjiel. Any shout-outs? Last words? Yeah. Words talaga.
Parang kukunin na ng langit, no? Okay. Shout out to my family and friends, lalo na sa nursing. Hello. I'm not sure if they're watching, but hello, Alexa. Hello, guys. Sana i-watch nyo to. Yeah, let's give more views. Okay, so shout out to also all of the Streets to Schools members and officers and the past episode goers. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Yes, thank you so much. Again, thank you so much, Streets to Schools, Qjiel, Bianca, Jasmine, Richard, and Anne for joining me here today. Again, technically. So I wish you all well and stay safe, you guys. I'll talk to you guys soon. Thank you. Bye, everybody.
Thank you po.
Thank you, guys. Bye, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, so there you have it. Streets to Schools.
Different. Only here on V81 Radio, Manila. Isang masayang April na naman ang inyong aabangan sa Home Not Alone Season 3 kasama si Papa Qjiel, Karen Sita, Kelvin Miranda, and Mikey Quintos, Sams David, P6, and Curate. Kaya mag-ready na sa all-out na kwentuhan, kulitan at kantahan this April sa Home Not Alone Season 3 kasama si Papa Qjiel. Wednesdays, 7 p.m. California time o Thursdays, 10 a.m. Philippine time. Dito lang yan syempre sa V81 Radio, Los Angeles.
Please allow me to introduce myself. I'm a man of wealth and taste. I'm the king of rock, there is none higher. Sucker MCs should call me sire. Come on, my kingdom, you must choose fire. I won't stop rocking till I retire. Now we rock up funny and come correct. All people on time and rap connect. Please allow me to introduce myself. I'm a man of wealth and taste. I'm the king of rock, there is none higher. Sucker MCs should call me sire. Come on, my kingdom, you must choose fire. I won't stop rocking till I retire. Now we rock up funny and come correct. All people on time and rap connect.
Now back to Making a Difference, only here on V81 Radio, Manila.
Welcome back to Making a Difference. If you are just tuning in right now, welcome to the anniversary episode of Making a Difference. It's been a year since we started and we're still here. We're still we're now at season 4, and it's been such a great journey for making a difference for me and for making a difference. So right before the break, we had Streets to Schools. They talked about what they do and what they've accomplished, especially after the interview with them. Actually, the interview I had with them was with their Cordillera chapter. So we had different representatives at the time, but they were still representing Streets to Schools. And I just want to give a special shout out. Actually, I want to greet happy birthday to Congresswoman Angel Matba of Agusan del Norte. Happy birthday po, Tita Angel. I hope the Matba family is watching, and I hope you're all doing okay. So, before I introduce the next guest, we have a we had it's done now. We had an ongoing giveaway for the anniversary episode, and a couple of my viewers actually joined, and right now I am about to announce the very first winner of our giveaway. But of course, I want to show, of course, what we are going to be giving away. So first, we have of course, Tropic Culture Manila. You can find them on Instagram. Can we flash that? There you go. If you want to check out their products, you can visit them at Tropic Culture Manila. So some of you will be winning some of their products. Some will be halo. I'll explain more later. But you will be getting these tumbler cases. Some of there looks like that. Cute, right? And then for the ladies, they will also be giving away headbands. So again, if you want to check out, they have more products. They sell bags. They even have clothes there. So if you want to check them out, you can check them out at Tropic Culture Manila. So I will be announcing the first winner of the giveaway, and the first winner will win actually prizes from Tropic Culture Manila and Wonder Sky, which I will show later on. But okay, I'm excited to announce our first winner. Can we flash that? Ano ko, may special ano tayo? Is Earl Hendrix Reyes. So actually, this is Drix Reyes. We had him also on the show. He was one of my guests, and this was his answer. So all you needed to do was to answer how how can you make a difference? So this is how he can make a difference. So making a difference requires one to be proactive. Social awareness and doing what you can to create a positive impact could be achieved with even the smallest things. Love and kindness stops it all. If you have love and kindness, you can radiate joy and change in many ways possible. So thank you so much, Drix, and congratulations. We will be contacting you and we will be sending you your prize. So Drix is our first winner for the giveaway. I will be announcing the rest throughout the show. So if you want to find out if you won the giveaway, stick around. And I'll announce the other two later on in the show. So for our next guest for today, is I know if you've been watching my show, I've been making I've been telling you guys that there were some episodes that we would laugh and enjoy. This specific episode I almost cried. I almost cried because of the touching story. Now with me today is Arizza Nocum from Chris for Peace. Hi Arizza and welcome back. Welcome back. Hi
Hi,
Arizza.
Erika. So
You
nice to see you again. It's been
I
a while.
I know. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. It's been very busy. Then I'll tell you more later of why we've been busy. So thank you again for having me in your show.
Of course, of course. I mean, like like I mentioned, but I almost cried on one of
Yeah,
the stories. So I was like, okay, no, I have to have Ariza back on the show. But before we catch up and talk about it, can you tell us a very quick and brief background about Chris for Peace and what you guys do?
sure. Okay. So may mga photos ako na binigay, so you can just show that anytime it's appropriate. Pero just to give everyone a background, everyone that's watching, so Chris for Peace is a nonprofit organization that promotes peace through education and youth leadership. And what we do is right now more of building the capacities of young people to promote peace because we want them to create the solutions themselves. So I was watching the wonderful segment you had with Streets to Schools earlier, and it was a similar initiative, no, that we want to empower young people with the skills, the knowledge, and the platform para sila mismo yung magpupursige na magsulong ng kapayapaan and development and all these other worthy causes.
All right, so there you go. For those of you who haven't heard about Chris for Peace, Ariza's the face. Well, the face.
Di naman.
But yes. So okay, Ariza, how are things? How have you been? How has Chris for Peace been doing? What have you guys been up to? Especially now na new normal na yung setup natin.
Yes. So we've had the best of both worlds. So I would say that kasi we are currently running a series of training programs, training young people to be peace builders. So we partner with local youth organizations. Tapos nagbibigay sila ng chance for us to hold the training workshop for them wherein we teach them about peace building, about the background of conflict and violent extremism in the country, and then we give them ideas on what possible solutions they can propose. Tapos binibigyan din namin sila ng workshop on project management and conceptualizing their project. Tapos pagkatapos nun, may chance sila na gumawa ng sarili nilang proposal. So itong proposal na to, they submit it to us, and then we have a short competition where we choose three groups from every province that we go to. Tapos yung three groups na yun, tatanggap ng 30,000 pesos for a seed grant to implement their proposal. And this is a project that's called Extremely Together Philippines, Panaghiusa, and it's created by the Kofi Annan Foundation that's based in Geneva and funded by the European Union. So it's been really great kasi we had two versions of this. So our first version was we had an online version mostly for our participants from Metro Manila. And okay din naman, but of course, being face to face was still different. So ang ginawa namin was that we modified our program, mas nag-focus kami sa mga provinces with less cases of COVID-19, wherein we were able to secure permission to have physical training programs na face-to-face. And these provinces were Zamboanga City, Marawi City, and Tagum City in Davao. So ang saya-saya kasi basically nung March inikot namin halos buong Mindanao by plane and by land, and being in these communities, learning from these young leaders, and being so impressed by their ideas on peace building, especially related dun sa specific context ng communities nila. Sobrang nakaka-inspire, sobrang nakaka-humble.
Wow, you actually did. I'm so surprised. No, you guys did face to face. But I mean,
Yes.
it's better that way. I was gonna ask you actually if it was online or face to face. But then, okay, I'm curious. Can you share more about your experience of face to face? Because me, I barely go out. I barely go out.
Sure.
So how did that
So,
go? Like,
yeah, so first of all, of course, preparation was key. So bago kami punta doon, we had to work with local government units and mga local youth development offices, and even universities and academia to make sure that lahat ng permits okay, the venue was large enough to accommodate people given social distancing. And for some areas, pumayag sila na say 100 people in a room, but the venue is good for 500 para magkakalayo yung mga tao. But for some areas naman, we were told na 25 lang per day or 50 lang per day. So we'll have 2 days or 3 days of events. So ganun yung naging setup namin. And of course, in the event itself, everybody had to wear face masks and face shields, and then sanitizing and social distancing, all these things. And then the event itself was very engaging kasi it's a workshop on peace building and mga conflict and all these things. Pero we wanted it to be as exciting as possible. So as much as we can, meron pa rin kaming mga games, activities, make your own cheer, mga pa-zumba, na icebreaker, mga ganon. So konting lang, mga pakwela to make sure that people are really alive. Tapos ang maganda kasi is since we had the competition, yung where they pitch their own proposals, that's where you really see their ideas come to life. And okay, iisipin natin, 'di ba pareho tayong nag-aral or lumaki mostly dito sa Manila.
Right.
We don't know much about these areas like Marawi, Zamboanga, or Davao. Pero when you get there, you're literally blown away by these people and how good their ideas are, and how parang ang layo ng pwede nilang marating with those ideas. So honestly, for me, I was there to teach somewhat, pero I ended up learning more than teaching.
wow, that's so amazing. I can't imagine being there. Like the way you were making kwento, sobrang never feel. Actually, you know what? I think it's the way you tell your story. That's why, tendency we
Oh.
feel all of this. That's why I was about to cry with our first episode.
Yeah.
Okay. So, given all of this, no, have you ever asked yourself, okay, I see Chris for Peace in this area or doing this, or like in the next 5 years I want Chris for Peace to be doing this, promoting this. Have you ever asked yourself that, or like do you already have like a 5-year plan for Chris for Peace?
Technically wala pa. Pero when we talk about our vision as a team, I think it's really all about empowerment and building that movement. Ngayon kasi, I think a lot of people, hindi pa ganun kauso yung promoting peace. Like, kasi hindi mo siya masyadong mafe-feel or made-define. Like, ano ba yung peace? Ma-achieve ba natin yan? Eh, hindi ba war and violence? Parating may ganyan. So, may mga ganong question. Pero with what we do, we're trying to get more people to understand why promoting peace is important. And at the same time, we want to bring in everyone. So peace building isn't just for people from Mindanao. It's not just for our Muslim brothers and sisters. It's not just for people who live in conflict areas. It's everyone's responsibility. Kasi kung meron tayong peaceful society, mas mag-benefit din lahat ng Pilipino, lahat ng tao. So it's really supposed to be an inclusive movement. So yun yung gusto namin gawin. At with what we're doing now, we have this amazing opportunity to actually let young people lead. So para sa amin yun talaga yung goal eh. Na ngayon kami yung nagli-lead, pero hopefully, especially since maraming sa mga participants namin senior high school or mga young college students, sila na yung magli-lead and they'll be leading with their own initiatives, with their own ideas, with their own creative visions. Alam naman natin na mga kabataan ngayon, they're so social media and tech savvy. They know everything about like TikTok or vlogging, and they're also so attuned with how their peers communicate and how their peers socialize. So kapisado nila yung mga ka-age nila. And at the same time, they're super creative and they super think outside the box. I mean, di ba kanina sa Streets to School sa presentation, like I was actually searching about the films that they were making sa film festival nila, and it was great. So we really need to get young people to have not just a voice, but to actually have the resources to make their ideas into reality. So yun yung gusto namin gawin.
Okay, so given that, I'll ask you the same question I asked Streets to Schools. Let's say somebody approaches you, Ate Arizza, I wanna start this passion project. I have this initiative in mind, but I don't know. I'm just too scared. I don't know what to do. What would you advise to that person?
Well, there were a lot of great answers earlier. Pero for me, I think my first answer would be that you don't have to worry because you can learn by doing. So, para sa amin sa Chris, honestly, yun yung naging process eh. Nung nagsimula kami, parang din yung streets to schools na we were students, we were just volunteers, wala kaming mentor, walang nag-guide sa amin, kami-kami lang, and we didn't have degrees in like peace building or social work or social development, although that came later on with some of our volunteers. Pero we just kind of started things with the belief and the vision that we could actually make something significant. So maybe it's not something significant that will affect all Filipinos, pero by maybe impacting the life of one Filipino young person at a time, like I think you can still make a world of difference. So I think in the process, it's also important to be okay with making mistakes. Kasi yun yung naging ano namin eh. I think I discussed in our previous interview na maraming times sa Chris na I felt like a failure and we made so many mistakes and nagkaroon kami ng sobrang maraming ups and downs. Like when originally we had these libraries where we had, they were called Christian Muslim peace libraries kasi we wanted the kids to come together. But then after a while, di namin na-maintain, nawalan kami ng funding, so we had to close them down. Mga ganong downs. But through all that, you learn, you get better. And I think with the project that we're doing now and seeing that in this year, there will be 15 new projects created by this extremely together Philippines and more than 500 young people who we trained and who will now be part of a network supporting and creating more projects like this. I think that's a testament na yun, you learn by doing, and when bad times come up, don't give up. Magkakaroon at magkakaroon ng solution if you persevere.
Amazing. Congrats, by the way. Sobrang galing ng project nyo. You were able to help the youth then, no? Also, you helped them out by organizing this. You helped them really share their ideas, and it's going to happen thanks to you guys. Congratulations on that, Arizza.
Thank you so much.
I have to ask you, have you learned anything new or any new skill, especially during this pandemic or like working then with Chris for Peace?
This pandemic, honestly, siguro, not maybe really a skill, pero parang a challenge, I think, for me is how to stay optimistic. Because I know that I'm doing something that's trying to help other people. But at the same time, you see everything that's happening around you and sobrang nakaka-frustrate. Like, with the pandemic and how everything is so difficult. Like, akala natin a few months ago, okay na, we can move around, we can meet friends, we can eat outside. Pero ngayon, especially for NCR, biglang nasa bahay ulit, biglang you can't meet people anymore. And then, syempre, you see all these people around you losing their loved ones and then having a hard time getting into hospitals, and you see all the cracks in the system that we have, so public health, so social welfare, and all these things. So ang dami. And then apart from that, like, we're dealing with climate change, we're dealing with like global conflict, we're dealing with a lot of problems, and parang yung generation natin parang, oh my gosh, wait lang, I'm overwhelmed. So there's this sort of overwhelming sense of anxiety, I think, because of everything that's happening. But for me, um I think it takes a lot of effort for me personally to keep that sense of optimism. Pero it's important eh. Kasi kung wala yung optimism na yun, like, how can I keep working on Chris? How can I encourage other people to be optimistic? So that to me is a work in progress that I'm doing right now. Pero siguro to illustrate what optimistic way of dealing with things could look like is siguro I'll share with you one of our projects, which is called Edu Ikaw. So I don't know if I mentioned this last time, but the frustration that we had last year was that we had to move our programs online for a time. Pero yung nakaka-access lang ng online programs namin, yung may pera, yung may tablet, yung may internet. So paano yung mga gusto naming i-target na youth na wala? So ang ginawa namin was we started raising funds for to provide tablets to students in need. So of course, these tablets will not just be something that they can use for school, but it could also be something that, you know, they could discover their passions, they could participate in activities like what Chris is doing or what other organizations are doing, they could broaden their horizons. And this Edu Ikaw, we hope to do the same this year, and hopefully mas maraming kaming matulungan na beneficiaries.
Okay. All right. I love it. Daming ginagawa ni Chris for peace. And since you guys advocate no peace education, could you tell us why is it important to advocate for peace, especially now that we're still going through this pandemic?
Okay. So thanks for asking that. So alam mo naman na ang peace, it's not something that's very tangible. It's not like books or computers or food that you can give to someone. Pero I think peace and trust, it's the ingredient that keeps us together. And if we're not together, we don't have a hope of addressing the bigger problems that are around us. So kunwari, with this pandemic, one way I've seen that peace has had a role is, I don't know if you've been seeing the community pantry that's been going around. So this person, I forgot her first name, but si Miss Non, who's someone from Maginhawa, Quezon City, she started a community pantry in her neighborhood. Tapos ang nakalagay doon na pwede kang magbigay ayon sa iyong kakayahan, tapos pwede kang kumuha ayon sa iyong pangangailangan. So andun yung mga vegetables, mga canned goods, mga bigas. And it's just for everyone to contribute or to get. So in the past few days, people have been going there, leaving stuff, getting stuff. Tapos marami nang tumutulong na mag-repack, magbigay. Tapos may mga tricycle driver na rin na nagbigay, tumulong. Meron na rin mga farmer na nagbigay. So it was a great example of community coming together. And if you really think about it, those people who are helping in that initiative, iba-iba sila eh. Iba-ibang background, iba-ibang trabaho, iba-ibang walks of life. Pero that sense of peace and that trust, it's what brought them together. And it's nice kasi this community pantry idea is now being replicated in so many other barangays and even other provinces. So it's nice. So it's just for me an example na tayong mga Pilipino, hindi tayo aasenso as a society kung hindi tayo magkaisa. And that's very important for us because we come from many different provinces na literally watak-watak kasi archipelago tayo. We have different religions. We have different political beliefs. And those political beliefs are going to be important because next year we have an elections. So kailangan, even amid all those differences, we still come together. We still see one common vision, one shared goal, one shared purpose as a nation.
I love that. It's so nice not to hear that we're still helping each other out, and that's really important, especially now. Now's the time to really give back and help each other out.
Yes.
Before I let you go, where can we find you guys? Where can we find Chris for Peace? How do we contact you? Let's say somebody wants to volunteer or reach out to you. Where can they reach out to you?
Okay, so anybody who wants to volunteer or contribute to Chris can just message us on Facebook. So you can find us as Chris, as in KRIS lang. Or you can visit our website at chrisforpeace.org. So we're also on social media like Instagram and Twitter, and you can find us there. And if you want to specifically learn about our program, Extremely Together Philippines, search for Extremely Together Philippines Panaghiusa on Facebook because you'll find our Facebook page there.
All right, Arizza, any shout outs? You want to say hi to anyone?
Okay, so I wanna shout out to my team. Actually, sobrang namimiss ko sila kasi buong March halos magkasama kami as in nagsawa kami sa pagmumukha ng isa't isa. So shouting out to Emery and Care, our project leads for Extremely Together Philippines, Cedrics, our admin and finance coordinator, Adrian, our monitoring and evaluation officer, and Erika, our communications officer. Thank you so much, guys. We wouldn't have done all these things without you.
Definitely. And thank you so much, Arizza, for coming back on the show. I'm so
Yes,
happy to have you here
my
today
pleasure.
on our
Para
anniversary.
basta ikaw, Erika,
Yeah, I'm
pupunta
so
ako. Alam mo
excited.
yan.
Arizza, I hope I get to see you soon in
Yes,
person. All of this
same.
over. I wish you well, Arizza, and stay safe. Take care, girl.
Thank you so much. Thank
Arizza,
you.
thank you. All right, so that was Arizza Nocum for Chris for Peace. We're gonna go on break, but when we come back, I'm gonna announce the second winner for a giveaway and our last guest. So stick around, and we'll be back after a couple of minutes.
We'll be back shortly, making a difference. Only here on V81 Radio, Manila.
Please allow me to introduce myself. I'm a man of wealth and taste. I'm a king of rock, there is none higher. Sucker MCs should call me sire. Come my kingdom, you must use fire. I won't stop rocking till I retire. Now we rock the party and come correct. All people on time and rock connect. Please allow me to introduce myself. I'm a man of wealth and taste. I'm a king of rock, there is none higher. Sucker MCs should call me sire. Come my kingdom, you must use fire. I won't stop rocking till I retire. Now we rock the party and come correct. All people on time and rock connect.
Now back to Making a Difference. Only here on V81 Radio, Manila.
Welcome back to Making a Difference. So, just before the break, we had Arizza Nocum on the show again. She started Chris for Peace, who promotes peace education throughout the Philippines. So, for our next sponsor, we have Wonder Sky. So, you can find them on Instagram and on our website. Okay, I love Wonder Sky. Okay, Instagram, baliktad. Okay, there. And then website, www.wondersky.com. We started out as a travel accessories brand, but now we branched out and we have face masks like these. Ta-da! And we also have face mask laces. We just launched this. And yeah, so we are going to be giving away the face masks and the face mask laces. And we have a lot more products that you can check out on our website and on Instagram. So, are you guys excited for the next winner? I'm excited. So, can we announce the second winner, please? Drum roll, drum roll. And our second winner is Noel Francesco. um, and this is how she can make a difference. No, I can make a difference in this world by promoting what I advocate in women in space through various involvement in NGOs and projects. My involvement includes research, networking, and providing valuable information to society. That's how I believe I can make a difference in this world. So, congratulations, Francesca. You will be winning products from Tropic Culture Manila and from Wonder Sky. So, we're going to reach out to you. Just wait for our message. Okay. So, for our last guest for today is none other than, of course, he became a very good friend of mine. We have Norman Mendoza from Life Risks, who is now streaming from Hong Kong. I'd like to introduce to you guys again my good friend Norman. There we go. Hi,
Hi,
Norman.
Erika. Hello, everyone. Welcome, and
Hello.
thank you
How
for
are
having
you?
me.
Yeah,
Mabuti
of course.
naman, Erika. Thank you.
Grabe, how are you na? How are things in Hong Kong?
Things in Hong Kong have stabilized naman so far. I just had my vaccine last week, and that has been positive.
Uh-huh.
It's
Great.
just sad to see how things are in the Philippines. The ugly truth is,
Yeah.
the vaccine rollout hasn't been in a manner that's ideal. So I
Mhm.
hope that the government can put it together and the
Right.
community joins that. So the resilience of Filipinos is continued to put to test. So
Oh yeah.
yes,
Definitely, definitely. Pero kaya natin 'yan. Para sa bayan. Para sa bayan.
yes,
Okay. So, yeah, this is Norman. So we had him, I think, around October, right? Around October last year. And actually, we worked together na rin. We had Norman and his team speak here. Well, we had like an online, ano, diba? Online webinar
right.
about mental health. And we had Norman and his team. And by the way, if you guys want to, ano, if you need people to talk about mental health, these are the guys right here. Life Risks PH. Galing
Thank
nila.
you,
Learned so much.
thank you.
All right. So before we start, maybe you could tell us a very short introduction about Life Risks PH and what you guys do.
Right. So thank you, Erica. Yeah, shout out then to Sir Kiano and Sir Wilson who also
Hi,
facilitated
guys.
the talk during that collaboration with the Helping Hearts organization. Life Risks is a non-profit youth organization registered under the National Youth Commission focused on youth mental health and well-being. So our focus really is increasing psychoeducation, the mental health awareness for the youth. So what we do is we go from one school to another, provide free mental health awareness webinars and seminars. But then again, because of the pandemic, that has been a challenge. So what we did was to transition online. But our focus really is on suicide prevention and substance use prevention. These two are like core topics, core aims that we aim to take a crucial role. So that's
Mhm.
us. We're a group of volunteers. We're not a big um, organization. We're 18 volunteers, 19 including an additional one who joined us yesterday, Miss Angel. So that's who we are.
Congrats. You guys are growing. I love it. Congrats on that.
Mm,
Okay. So, what have you guys been up to? Like, ever since our last conversation no October, how are you guys naman? How are you guys doing? How's life risks? How's everybody?
right. Since October, we had our annual stakeholders meeting and awarding ceremonies. I
Mhm.
think we invited you there as well, Erica, to
Yeah.
take part.
Thank you so
And
much.
we invite everyone who has invited Life Risk in the past year, and then that's an event where everyone could be put together in the same area, same place, to acknowledge their efforts on putting an emphasis and spotlight to mental health. Ayan.
Mhm.
So that was our most recent big event. After that, I think I think because of the proliferation of webinars, our invites decreased after
Okay.
December. So January and February, I think we only had one or two webinars for each month. And I think it's because of the fatigue of people get when they attend to online events. I think it has come to a point where they are going like, webinar again. And so it became counterproductive already to provide, well-being tips. And at the same time, we tell them, rest and Zoom fatigue is real, but at the same time, it's the webinar is being conducted in Zoom. So that transition was made. So we really understand why a lot of people are kind of not hopeless, but parang medyo there's a lot of hesitation in running
Mhm.
webinars. So that's something that we acknowledge. And then very recently also we launched GPulse COVID version 2 again. So that's another project that we are very proud of.
Right, yeah, because we talked about that on the previous episode, no. You were still planning it, and it was about to launch, but it
Right.
finally happened. Can you tell us,
Yes.
maybe I think there are some viewers here who aren't familiar pa with the G-Pulse. So can you tell us what it does exactly?
Right. What it does is you take it's a couple of questions. You take it for 10 to 15 minutes. We called it G-Pulse, which is short for Global People's Unexpected Life Event Self-Evaluation, which is a mouthful, but essentially it's named after the pulse. So it's like checking your pulse. But instead of your heart rate, what we're looking for is some information about your current status of your mental health and well-being. So it's on. You can use your phone. It's just a website, so you can use your phone, tablet, or your laptop, anything that can be connected to the internet. And then at the end of it, within minutes, you'll get personalized feedback. So you will
Mhm,
get to know, have you been doing enough physical activity in the last 2 weeks? How are
mhm,
you sleeping?
mhm,
Your anxiety towards the pandemic and how it's going on. Your social support and social interaction, which is really, really important. And then maybe finally, your optimism and resilience towards setbacks and adversities in life. And we've received an overwhelming amount of appreciation from everyone who took part. So if people are interested to take that, it's free, by the way. So this free online self-evaluation, you can go to Life Risks Facebook page and you'd see it pinned at the top of that page. So ayan.
Okay, got it. So we can just download from there because I wanna try. I'll
Yes.
try it out also. Okay, got it.
Yes.
All right. So besides that, okay, I know you mentioned kanina, no, na about the Zoom webinars, and parang yun yung um medyo nahirapan kayo doon. So what given that, no, what are the major changes that you've been through or are you're planning to go through
Right.
given this new normal setup?
Yes. So understanding that the invitations have tapered, what we did was to develop a more sustainable program, and so we launched it last March, which is a four-part episode of mental health first aid webinars. So we're doing mental health first aid training from March up until June 2021. So every month, kasi nga ayaw namin na you attend everything on one week or attend everything every week. We know that how taxing it could be. So what we did was to discuss depression last week. Next Saturday, or
Mm-hmm.
last month rather, next Saturday we'll be doing anxiety. On May, we'll be doing substance use prevention, and then on June we'll be talking about suicide. And the good thing about this four-part webinar series on mental health first aid is everyone who finished all four will receive a certificate of commendation, and they will be receiving an invitation to be a formal life risk volunteer. And then we are, create like Chris for Peace. I was listening to Arizza who eloquently
Yeah.
spoke about their project. We wanted
Mm.
to create really a network of volunteers who are willing to provide some mental health first aid online. So that's something that we're trying to build. So we
Nice.
know that sustainability is super important, and funding is actually very limited. So that's a project we want to to do.
Yeah.
So if people are interested, again, they could just go to the Facebook page at Life Risk. Everything's basically there.
Everything's there. All right, nice. Those are really good projects because it's
Mm,
important pa rin now eh. It's still very prevalent. Like you can still see it. People are still struggling with it. So
yes.
we at least you guys are helping us out
Right.
with
And
with
Ariza spoke about it, 'di ba? Yung parang it's so difficult to maintain a sense of optimism and hope. Because if you were hopeful last year, and then you say, hindi, kaya natin yan. Next year, balik na, we'll be back to normal. And then, lo and behold, next year happened so fast. And then, here we are still, if not back to zero, negative tayo in terms of our progress. So, it's really difficult to maintain that sense of optimism and hope. So, we hope that, doing something like this that's sustainable can help us get through this.
right, right. I know. I remember life risks. You guys have like the ultimate goal, right? And it's to build the center. Correct me if I'm wrong. That's like
Right.
your
It's a
number one
yeah,
goal.
suicide and crisis prevention
That's
center. Yes, that's our
right.
North Star. Yes.
Right. So, how are you guys in terms of that journey moving towards your goal? It's still your
Well,
number one goal, no?
it is. It is.
Yeah.
And Wilson and I was having a conversation, I think, yes, maybe 2 days ago or 3 days
Mm-mm.
ago about this exact goal, and we said, how does the pandemic both illicit or prohibit us from achieving that 5-year goal? But we understand the challenges. We understand what it takes, and we're not pinned and limited to that goal that it has to be a physical center. So we're really thinking about how this could be, even if it's not a center, how
Okay.
this could be something that's up in the cloud, that volunteers are still available to answer phone calls, even if there's no physical prevention center, because that's something that we have to innovate. We can't be living in a box. So, yan ang madalas pinag-iisipan namin ngayon eh. How can we realistically do it in a
Mhm.
manner that's sustainable?
Okay. Okay. I want to ask you though. Since you guys really advocate mental health, what do you personally believe is important for everyone to know about mental health? For you,
Wow.
at least. Yeah.
Right.
Parang tough question.
No, no, no. It's a good one. It's a good
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
I think what people need to recognize is that mental health. Well, mental health has a lot of stigma. The mere fact you say the word mental communicates it's a place for crazy people, or only crazy people
Yeah.
have it. But everyone has mental. I think the main point is acknowledge that everyone has mental health. In as much as we all have physical health,
Mhm.
everyone has mental health. And when we talk about mental health, it composes your emotions, your mood, how your productivity is also considered to be influenced by mental health. So I think it's important that when you ask yourself, pag kinukumusta mo yung sarili mo or ang ibang tao, it's important to acknowledge that you're not just asking, about how they've been physically or how they've been emotionally, but you're also asking at the same time how they are in terms of their mental well-being. Kaya nga, I think in the UK, they have this hashtag ask twice, which means
Oh.
after you ask them, oh, kumusta ka na? And then they respond with that colloquial, okay lang, you have to ask again and say, kung hindi, I mean, Norman, kumusta ka na? Like that second attempt really,
Oh.
really communicates that, hey, oh, that's a different question. So just to recognize that mental health is real and that everyone has mental health and we should all check up on each other,
Yes.
especially during the pandemic.
Right. But I agree.
Mm.
100%. Checking up on each other is like one thing we need to do. What else do you advise people to do? Especially now medyo we all thought na okay 2021 better year, we have the vaccines na pero
Yeah,
not we're still working through it. We're still working through it. So, there's still people struggling. What
right.
advice would you give to them?
Right. So it's not really a practical one, but some more parang you can think about this. I've been thinking
Mm-mm.
about the concept of resilience lately, which is our inherent ability to bounce back. You know, resilience is from the words re and salire, which means again to bounce. And
Mm.
so everyone has that capacity, and because we are adaptive beings, so we can be able to bounce back. But the question is, how? Like Norman, yes, I agree. In fact, it's a Filipino trait. But how can we bounce back? You know, considering that we are not happening in a vacuum. Like we're under, the government, under social norms,
Mm.
under societal restrictions. So, paano? I think there are two key elements to resilience that we could try to foster. And they both start with the letter P. And these are
Oh.
patience and perseverance, right? I think to be resilient, number one, you have to be patient. Like it can't happen overnight. Like a lot of
Mm-mm.
people who go through injuries, both in sports and other activities, when they go through injuries, they want to be able to do things again the following day, the following week, which is normal. But once
Mm.
we understand the formula to resilience, we'll realize, oh, it takes patience pala. Like, time is an element, right? Time is
Mhm.
a factor. That's what we forget. Like, if we put in the effort, we think, the result comes after, immediately after. But that's not the case. So we have to be patient. But at the same time, we can't just be waiting dormantly, di ba? We can't just passively wait like, okay, let's be patient, and then 1 year later, it's the same thing. But we have to be persevering as well. So if you've been staying home for 1 year, you've been following everything that the government, the WHO recommends during this kind of pandemic, then don't say, I give up na ako. I've been patient for 1 year. You have to also persevere. Like you also have to keep on doing the right things that you've been doing. So in order to bounce back, to have mental well-being, I think it's important to be patient, right? Be able to go through the motions. It's not easy. It's easier said than done, but at the same time persevere. Like do the
Mm.
right things and put in the effort.
Yeah. Galing. See, wise
Mm.
words from Sir Norman. See, Sir Norman. No, but yeah, thank you for that. I think we
Thank you.
all need we need that. We need to hear that also again, especially we're still going through this together. But yeah,
Yes.
I love this patience and perseverance.
Perseverance. Yeah.
Galing. Okay, so let's say somebody needs someone to talk to. Can they reach out to you guys? Where can they reach out to you guys?
Right. So if people need someone to talk to, and especially if it's something that's been bothering you, we are open at Life Risks PH. So actually, we are trying to schedule like 1 hour every day. There will be a
Mm-hmm.
volunteer in Life Risks PH who would be consistently responding to
Right.
you, because what
Galing.
what has been happening was we're having a hard time responding to multiple people messaging us. So ngayon meron kaming plano to have people, um, volunteers,
Yeah.
be there for an hour straight just to reply to you so consistently. So you have a volunteer for an hour. You can message them and they respond to you real time. And they're trained to listen. They are trained to provide mental health first aid. So that's something. So if you can and if you want to, visit us in our Life Risk Facebook page.
Nice. That's such a good
Mm.
idea, Norman.
Yeah,
You guys
kasi
have
we usually have questions coming in different times of the day. But if
okay.
we create a time slot wherein we're just responding to those questions, we realize,
Yeah.
that's even more efficient. Then we are
Yeah.
also more truthful to the individual that we're talking to. Yeah.
Yeah. Such a great idea. I think we
Mm.
all need someone to talk to lang talaga now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And again, if you guys need to talk to someone, reach out to Life Risks PH. They're there for you. They'll always be there for you. I'll always be there for you. Okay. So Norman, before I let you go, do you wanna say anything? Say hi to anyone? Shout out.
Right. So I wanna thank, of course, my family, my parents, my brother who is in Canada, and then who's lucky to be in Canada. My
Yeah.
youngest brother who also received his vaccine because of a comorbidity. My
Uh,
lola, families at home, my girlfriend Gemma, Life Risks volunteers, of course. I could miss their names, but Kath, T, Gem, Archie, Doc Allen, Shane, Keanu, Wilson,
Yes.
Ronnie, and the rest of the gang. Angel, who's our new volunteer,
Mm.
um, Leandro. I hope you're all well. So let's keep doing what we do in Life Risk.
Definitely. Keep going. We need you
Yeah,
guys. We need you
yeah.
guys.
And
Again, normally.
if
Yes.
people are interested again for the GPulse COVID-19 survey,
Mhm.
it's up in our Facebook page, and
Okay.
it's just 10 to 15 minutes to know more about your mental health and well-being. I think it's a good opportunity to do this. So there you go. Yeah.
I am definitely going to try that out. Thank you
Please,
so
please.
much. Thank you
Thank
so much,
you.
Norman. Thank you for
Thank you,
being here
Erika, and
today.
congratulations for the things that you do in making a difference at VAT1.
Thank you so much. I'm so overwhelmed today. It was so nice seeing you guys,
The
familiar
guests were
faces.
super good.
Yes.
The guests were
Yeah.
super good.
Yes, all of you are. All of you are definitely making a difference. You guys, all of you. Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
Norman. I'll
Thank you
talk to
very
you
much,
soon.
Erika. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right, and that ends today's episode. Um, I had amazing guests. I had Streets to Schools. I had Arizza from representing Christopher Peace, and of course Norman Life Risks PH, and actually all the other guests I've had since episode one, season one. You guys are all truly making a difference, and I'm just so happy to see all of you evolve and continue what you're doing. And I hope you're all just doing well, and I can't wait to see you guys, hopefully, when everything's just clear and we can see each other again. I hope to see you all. Now, before of course I end the show, we have one more winner for the giveaway, and that person will be getting a special surprise box from Chisai Lab. Of course, I don't have it with me because it will be coming from them directly. They are going to curate a special box just for this last winner. And you can check them out, by the way. Check them out on Instagram. It started out as a passion project, and now they made it into a business. Super cute stuff. And the winner of the special box from Chisai Lab is, drum roll, Chloe Upaga. There we go. Congrats, Chloe. Ang haba nung sa kanya, but of course, I will still read it. And so the question is, how can she make a difference? And this is how she can make a difference. In this century, technology is one of the most useful devices essential in our daily lives. People around the world are getting accustomed to using devices such as cell phones, computers, laptops, and the like. We use them in playing, whether online or offline mode. Technology is also used at work, communicating electronically, making reports and presentations. But as the time goes by, when what we see on them is very different: negativity, fake news, violence, illegal transactions, and other wrongdoings. As an ICT student, I can make a difference in this world by spreading positivity using technology. I want to tell the world that technology was invented to save lives, to help people, and to share inspirational messages. Technology is not about gaining fame, spreading false hope, or making fun to those people who are struggling. Using technology as my main platform can make our world a better place. Seeing uh, how the world can be united as one can have a big impact to the next generation. I love this answer. Technology i- is we're using technology now. Like, we all rely on technology, and I love how Chloe will use technology to definitely make a difference. So congratulations, Chloe. Wait for our message, and we will definitely reach out to you when we'll send the surprise box from Chisai Lab. So there you have it. That ends today's anniversary episode. I had so much amazing guests from season one, and It was just so nice seeing familiar faces and hearing again great stories. And of course, again, congratulations to the giveaway winners. You guys truly deserve it. Actually, if I could give you all prizes, I would, because you guys are helping your own communities by making a difference in your own little ways. And you guys matter. You guys matter. You guys are important. Everything that you do, they all matter. So I'm just so happy to have viewers like you guys supporting, making a difference. And I just like to say thank you to, of course, V81 Radio Manila for being my platform to be able to was just to do this show, to do making a difference. And without you guys, there wouldn't be any making a difference. So thank you, V81 Radio Manila, to the tech team, salamat sa tulong palagi. Mas I know I can rely on you guys. Of course, shout out to my own team, si Angel and si Troy. So those two, they actually read all your comments, both on Facebook and on Instagram, and they were the ones who chose the winner. So thank you guys so much for all your hard work. They just gave me the list and they said, okay, these guys, they made it to the top. So there you go. Thank you, Angel and Troy, for always helping me, for giving me such great ideas, and for helping me out. Also kay Mark, the one and only Mark Jacinto. He has been helping out as well, giving us ideas, giving us the contacts. So thank you guys so much for helping me out. To my friends also who continue to support making a difference, they continue to support what I do. Thank you guys so much for the love and the support. I feel the support. Super. I love you guys. I love you all. And of course, to my family, my parents, and my sisters, thank you guys for continuing to support the show. Every Saturday talagang it's really they really make time na talagang naka-ready na and all for making a difference. So thank you guys. And my other relatives, also my grandparents, my relatives, and who are abroad and who are here. Thank you guys so much. And yeah, and again, I want to greet again uh happy birthday to Congresswoman Angel Matba. So happy birthday again, Tita Angel. I hope you guys are watching. And yeah, so who else did I forget to thank? Of course, I'd like to thank God for giving me this opportunity to use this platform in order to really just educate you guys and showcase what the youth is up to. And we're all in this together. We're all one big community. So thank you guys so much. I'm just so overwhelmed today. I was just so excited for the show. And yeah. So that's it. Catch me next week again. Of course, I'll still be here next week, same time. So that's Saturday, 3 to 4:30 p.m. here on V81 Radio Manila. And I will see you guys next week, same time, same place. Take care, everyone, and stay safe. Bye, guys.
The program for the millennials that will showcase young professionals' worth, aspirations, and successes in doing what they believe is right, progressive, and inclusive. Making a difference. Making a difference. Join them as they discover the path to self and societal fulfillment while making a difference. Hosted by empowered and cool millennial Erika Mison. Together with her cool millennials, they will be making a difference every Saturday, 3 p.m. Philippine time. Only here on V81 Radio Manila. Tunog Pinoy, Tatak Pinoy, your all hits, all Pinoy digital radio station in South Manila. This is V81 Radio.
Ito ang paborito ng bawat Pilipino. Basta all hits, O Pinoy Panalo. Merong kwentong iyakan at tawanan. Kahit nasaan ka man, ito'y mapapakinggan. Oh, VA1 Radio, VA1 Radio. Ito ang radio mo, ito ang radio ko. VA1 Radio, VA1 Radio. Dahil mahal namin kayo. VA1 Radio, VA1 Radio. Para sa inyo ito, VA1 Radio.